Jessica and Eric met around mid last year through a dating app. At first, it was all virtual, just messages and voice chats. After about a month, they decided to meet in person. Jessica picked a public spot, the food court at a busy mall. From there, they planned to head to a nice restaurant. She got there early and sat waiting, but when Eric showed up, he looked nothing like his profile picture. It wasn't just a different angle or a bad hair day. It was a completely different person. Turns out, he had used someone else's photos to create his profile. Classic catfishing. Now, Eric wasn't remotely close to Jessica's type. Not in looks, not in vibe. But he had this smooth, persuasive way of talking. He was charming, confident, even a little vulnerable. Against her better judgment, Jessica stayed. They had dinner. And somehow, that night turned into more. They started seeing each other. And very quickly, Eric made it clear he wanted something serious. He told her he owned a bar in a small college town a few hours away. Said he made good money, but his brother usually handled the day-to-day operations. Jessica had her doubts, but she wanted to believe him. Then came October. Out of the blue, Eric disappeared for 2 days. No texts, no calls. When he finally got back to her, he said his brother, the one who managed the bar, had passed away in a car accident while driving back into town. Jessica was stunned. She asked why he hadn't told her sooner or let her be there for him. He said it had all happened so fast and that his family wanted privacy. Now that his brother was gone, Eric said he'd have to go back and run the bar himself. But he didn't want to be far from Jessica. He promised to hire someone new so he could stay close to her. She was touched. Maybe this was real, she thought. By Christmas, things took another turn. Eric said the new manager he'd hired had taken advantage of him, emptied out the bar, stole equipment, and left him with nothing but a lease on an empty space. He was devastated. Jessica, seeing him so broken, offered to help. She gave him $4,000 from her savings to help cover rent and some debts from the bar. She thought, he'll get back on his feet. It's just a rough patch. But January came, and Eric told her he couldn't pay the rent on his apartment. $1,800 for rent and another $1,200 in building fees. Strangely enough, she'd never been to his place. He always came to hers. But they talked every day. They were close. So she took out a personal loan and gave him the money. She told him, "This has to be the last time. I need to start getting paid back soon. I have loan payments coming up." Eric promised things were turning around. He said he had some investment funds about to clear with the bank. She trusted him. Again. Then he vanished. 15 days. No calls, no replies. The phone rang, but went to voicemail. Both his numbers stopped working. She started to panic. The only picture she had of him was that fake profile pic. They had never taken photos together. He always avoided cameras, said he didn't like pictures. She went to the police to file a report, but they weren't very encouraging. Said there wasn't much they could do unless she had a real photo, an address, something concrete. She was devastated, scammed, betrayed, and now powerless. She's now thinking of hiring a private investigator. She has a few pieces of info she hasn't shared with anyone publicly, hoping it might lead to something real. But she's torn. Should she chase justice or just let it go? Beyond the big money she lost, nearly $6,000 between savings and the loan, she also paid for meals, rides, little things here and there, things that added up. But it wasn't just the money. It was the feeling of being used by someone who made her believe she mattered. And now, Jessica just wants to know, should she move on and take this as a painful lesson, or go after the truth, no matter the cost?